Episode 4. My Children Deserve the Truth. Sarah hadn't expected the knock at 7 p.m. on a school night. When she opened the door, she found Emma and Lucas standing on her porch, James's children from his first marriage, now 16 and 14, respectively. Their faces were puffy from crying, and Emma's hands shook as she clutched a crumpled newspaper. "Can we come in?" Emma asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Sarah's heart clenched. She'd helped raise these children for 8 years, had attended every soccer game, every school play, every parent-teacher conference. After James's death, Margaret had effectively cut off all contact, claiming it would be confusing for the children to maintain a relationship with their stepmother. "Of course, sweetheart." Sarah ushered them inside, noting how they hesitated in the entryway of what used to be their second home. "Are you okay? Does your grandmother know you're here?" Lucas shook his head. "We snuck out. We had to see you." They settled in the living room, but the atmosphere was strained. These children who used to curl up next to Sarah for movie nights now perched on the edge of the sofa like nervous visitors. "We read the newspaper article," Emma said, her voice trembling. "And we heard Grandma Margaret talking on the phone. She said terrible things about you and Dad." Sarah's chest tightened. "What did she tell you?" "That you married Dad for his money," Lucas burst out, tears streaming down his face. "That you never really loved him, and that you tricked him into leaving you everything. She said you were a gold digger who stole our inheritance." The words hit Sarah like physical blows. These children, her children, in every way that mattered, had been poisoned against her with lies and half-truths. "Is it true?" Emma asked desperately. "Did you really not love him? Because if you didn't, then everything we thought we knew about our family was fake." Sarah knelt in front of them, taking their hands in hers. "Look at me. Both of you. Look at me." Their eyes, so much like James's, met hers with a mixture of hope and fear. "I loved your father more than I ever thought it was possible to love another person," she said, her voice steady despite her tears. "Every single day we had together was a gift. I would give up every penny of that inheritance. I would give up everything to have him back for just one more hour." "Then why did he leave you everything?" Emma asked. "Why not us? Why not his family?" Sarah took a deep breath. This was the conversation she'd dreaded, the one Margaret should have had with them months ago. "Your father was terrified," she said softly. "Not of dying. He'd made peace with that. He was terrified of leaving me alone and vulnerable. He knew that some people might see our marriage differently because of our age difference. He knew that his family had never fully accepted me. He was afraid that after he died, I would have nothing and no one." She stood up and retrieved a letter from James's desk drawer, one she'd found after his death, addressed to her but never given. "He wrote me this," she said, unfolding the familiar handwriting. "Would you like to hear what he said about you two?" Both children nodded eagerly. Sarah cleared her throat and began to read. "Sarah, my love, I know my family will fight you on this, and I know the town will whisper, but you need to understand. Leaving you the inheritance doesn't mean I love Emma and Lucas any less. It means I trust you to love them enough to ensure they're provided for. You've been more of a mother to them than their biological mother ever was, and I know you would never let them suffer." Lucas sobbed openly now. "Dad really wrote that?" "He did, and there's more." Sarah continued reading. "The children have trust funds their mother and I set up years ago. They'll have money for college, for their futures. But you, my darling, have no one but me. Margaret will try to paint you as a villain. But Emma and Lucas know better. They know how you sang to them when they had nightmares. They know how you celebrated every small victory and comforted every disappointment. They know that our love was real." Emma threw her arms around Sarah, crying into her shoulder. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we believed her. We know you love Dad. We know you love us. Your grandmother isn't evil," Sarah said, stroking Emma's hair. "She's grieving, too, and sometimes grief makes us look for someone to blame. She thinks I took your father away from his family. The truth is, death took him away from all of us." "Are you going to keep fighting her in court?" Lucas asked. Sarah was quiet for a long moment. "I don't know yet, but I want you both to know that whatever happens, whatever anyone says about me or your father or our marriage, none of it changes the fact that you two are the most important part of his legacy. He was so proud of who you're becoming. That pride, that love, no court case can touch that." As she drove the children back to Margaret's house later that night, Sarah felt a shift in her understanding of the battle ahead. This wasn't just about proving her innocence anymore. It was about ensuring that James's children understood their father's capacity for love. All kinds of love, including the imperfect, complicated love he'd felt for a woman who came into his life when he thought his story was already written. They deserved that truth, even if it meant facing Margaret's fury. Stay tuned for the final episode 5, Showdown at the Courthouse. Please like and subscribe the channel for more stories.